It is probably the most asked about palm tree that I own, and today I am talking about it in this week's midweek video. Hi everybody, it's Tim. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is the midweek video. Every Saturday I post my nice long video, but today is my short and sweet video on one specific item. And today, if you heard my intro, it probably comes as no surprise, but I am talking about the Phoenix Robelini, what we also call the pygmy date palm. It is right back over there. I get so many questions about this palm. Today I'm highlighting it, and I'm going to try to answer everyone's questions. So first of all, I'm in zone 6B, New York State. It is not that warm here in the winter. It is nice and warm right now. It is like high summer here, and it's nice and hot, and the Phoenix is really happy right now. But it is in the ground. It has lived outdoors for probably almost 5 years now. It is an outdoor palm for me. And I bought it maybe 5 years ago, and I thought, why did I buy this palm? It was an impulse purchase. I thought there's no way I'm going to get it through the winter. It's too big to bring inside. It won't last inside. Spider mites will get it, all these things. And so I immediately put it in the ground because I bought it in the spring. And then when fall rolled around, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to cover this thing up. And I'm going to do it just like I do my Washingtonia robustas and hope for the best. I had lots of people tell me you can't do it, it won't work, it needs high temperatures, it will need sun in the winter. I didn't have those options at that time, so it just basically said I'm going to do it like the Washingtonia robusta. The only difference I did the second year is I switched from a thermocube to a temperature gauge, and I kept it above 40 degrees. So at 40 degrees, it comes on in the box. It keeps it warm. It goes dormant. There's no light coming in for this palm at all, and it is doing really, really well. When I bought this emotional buy, it actually was going to be a 3-trunk palm, and I thought, oh, that'll be really, really pretty. And then when they called me, they said, you know what, we have a larger single trunk Robelini, and I thought, okay, I'll take it, it's larger. And in hindsight, that was a very smart idea because it's so much easier to tie up the fronds and put in the insulation box with Christmas lights with one single trunk. So if you're going to try a Robelini and you can get a single trunk, I think that's to your advantage, especially if you have to cover it up for the winter. It also, I think, looks very, very tropical with one trunk. It kind of gives it appearance of maybe a slightly different kind of tropical palm than a Robelini. I don't know. What do you think about that? It is just a really beautiful palm. That's what I love about it. It's got great shape. It's one of the first things you see when you come through the gate in the backyard. And next year, I think I'm going to clear out some of the vegetation around it because it's a little cluttered and I want to show it off. It was pretty cleaned up when I bought it, so you can see I have not cleaned it up as well. I need to get in there and clean it, but here you can see the flowers. It does have a lot of new growth on it. Definitely a plant that I thought I could not really do, especially with people telling me it would not work here. And so what do you think is the success of this plant? I just had a couple of people ask me this. I really do think it is letting the palm go dormant over the winter. I think if I try to have light on it like I do with my Chilean wine palm hybrid, I might be in trouble. Maybe not. I'm not really willing to experiment with it because it's pretty successful right now, and why mess with success? It is still pretty stately here. It is a good 8 feet to that top frond right there. And as you can see, it has just flowered here. I still don't know if it's a male or a female or both. I haven't really researched because I only have one. This is my one Robelini that I have. I do fertilize it, both a slow fertilizer and a spray fertilizer. I spray on the fronds. I try to keep this one nice and healthy. If you look back at my earlier videos, you will see I had a gigantic box around this. I overdid it. And when you have a gigantic box like that, it is a little bit dangerous with windstorms in the wintertime. And with a smaller box, anchoring it around the tree, and this one's big enough to anchor, which is great. You really don't have to worry about it blowing over when you have the boards anchoring around it. So if you have any questions about the winter protection of this, go through my old videos. There's plenty of them, but I would definitely look at the ones in the past 2 years and not go back 3-4 years, because you're going to see that gigantic box that was really unnecessary for this pygmy. I have had no problems with pests. I've had no problems with anything, actually. It is a really easy palm, and I'm surprised more people are not trying to overwinter them, because you could get a fairly small one and start out and get used to the overwintering process, and then you can end up with a nice big specimen like this. So what is my rating of the Robelini? I am going to give it an 8. I really wanted to give it a 9, but because I only have one, and even though I've been very successful with one, I'm just a little nervous about giving it any more than an 8, just because I've had several people have issue with them, and I'm not quite sure of their winterization process that they did. I just know they struggled with them, and that's why I'm doing an 8. Otherwise I would do a 9, because I do think it's a great plant. I do think it does really well. I've said this all along, that I think the date palms are actually one of the easier ones to overwinter. Just my theory. I think they're a little bit easier than the Washingtonias. You can debate me on that. I just think they are. So that's what I'm sticking with, 8. Here, I'm talking loud because my fountain is going and I forgot to turn it off. And I don't want to squeeze in here again, but I wanted to show you how tall the Robelini is. So now you get an idea compared to me, how tall it is. And then I keep forgetting to warn everybody, because I just felt it. Just like the Phoenix canariensis, it has really sharp spines, and you need to be very careful with that. I know some people cut them off. I am just very careful with it when I'm trimming or when I'm tying it up for winter. Just be careful with that. They're like needles that inject you, and you do not want that at all. Anyway, I hope this inspires you to want a Robelini. I think they're great. I think they're fabulous. And this fall, you're going to see me going through the whole process of how I do my winterization. If you want to see it before then, if you go back to last fall or the fall before that, you definitely will see what I'm doing, but I will do it again this fall. You'll get to see it. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. I love interacting with everybody. It's so much fun for me when I do, so please like, please comment. That helps with the algorithm with YouTube. And then I want to remind everybody, every Saturday at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, I post a new longer video, and this week I'm doing my end of July garden tour, so you're going to get to see everything in the garden. It'll be fun, I promise, and I just want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great week in the garden.